Today we are going to rank some of the most well-known programming languages using a tier list. The tiers range from S tier, which includes the most powerful and demanded languages in modern development, all the way down to D tier, which represents languages that are either outdated or rarely used today. Of course, this ranking is based on my personal opinion as a developer. Different programmers might rank these languages differently depending on their experience, the industry they work in, and the types of projects they build. Some of these languages are extremely important in the history of programming, while others are dominating modern software development. So in this video we will look at each language, briefly talk about what it is used for, and then decide where it belongs on the tier list. Alright, let's begin. First we have assembly. Assembly is one of the lowest level programming languages ever used. It was extremely popular in the 1960s and 1970s when computers were much closer to the hardware and developers needed very precise control over the processor. The syntax is very difficult to read and write because it works almost directly with machine instructions. Today it is rarely used for regular application development, but historically it played a huge role in the evolution of programming. Because of that, I would place assembly somewhere in the B tier. Next we have Bash. Bash is a scripting language used mainly in Linux and Unix environments. It is often used for automation, server administration, and writing scripts that manage systems or deploy applications. While it is not used to build large applications like other programming languages, it is still very useful for developers and system engineers. Because of that, I would also place Bash in the B tier. Now let's talk about C. C is one of the most important programming languages ever created. Many operating systems, drivers, and low-level tools are written in C. For example, the Linux kernel itself is written largely in C. The language is extremely powerful and gives developers a lot of control over system resources. Because of its importance and long-term relevance, C easily belongs in the S tier. Next we have C++. C++ is basically an extension of C that adds more advanced programming features. It is widely used in game development, high-performance applications, and complex systems. Many large technology companies use C++ for performance-critical software, and many modern game engines rely on it. It is a difficult language to master, but it is incredibly powerful. Because of that, I would place C++ in the A tier. Next is C#. C# is a programming language created by Microsoft and widely used for back-end development, enterprise software, and game development through the Unity engine. It has a large ecosystem and a huge number of job opportunities. Many companies rely on it for building large-scale applications. For those reasons, C# definitely belongs in the S tier. Now let's talk about HTML and CSS. Technically they are not programming languages but rather technologies used to build and style web pages. However, every web developer will inevitably work with them. If you are involved in web development, HTML and CSS are absolutely essential. Because of their importance in web development, I would place them in the A tier. Next is Erlang. Erlang was designed for systems that require extremely high reliability and the ability to handle massive numbers of concurrent users. It became famous in telecommunications and other systems that require constant uptime. Although it is not as widely used today as some other languages, it still has an important role in certain industries. I would place Erlang in the C tier. Next we have Go, also known as Golang. Go was created by Google and released in 2011. It is designed to be simple, fast, and efficient for building scalable back-end systems and cloud infrastructure. Many modern companies use Go for microservices, cloud platforms, and server-side applications. Because of its growing popularity and strong performance, I would place Go in the S tier. Now let's move to JavaScript. JavaScript is one of the most important programming languages in the modern web ecosystem. It powers the entire front end of the web and can also be used for back-end development with Node.js. Practically every modern website relies on JavaScript in some way. Because of its dominance in web development, JavaScript clearly belongs in the S tier. Next is Kotlin. Kotlin is a modern programming language that is officially supported for Android development. It was designed to improve many aspects of Java while remaining fully compatible with it. Because of its growing popularity in mobile development, Kotlin deserves a place in the A tier. Next we have Swift. Swift was developed by Apple as a modern language for building applications for iOS and macOS. It replaced Objective-C as the primary language for Apple development. Because it is essential for building iPhone applications, Swift also belongs in the A tier. Next we have shell and terminal scripting. Working with the terminal is an important skill for many developers, especially those working with Linux servers. While it is not always used for building applications directly, it is very useful for automation and development workflows. Because of that, I would place it in the B tier. Now let's talk about Java. Java is one of the most widely used programming languages in enterprise software. Many large companies, financial institutions, and back-end systems rely heavily on Java. It is known for its stability, scalability, and huge ecosystem. Because of that, Java clearly belongs in the S tier. Next we have Rust. Rust is a modern systems programming language focused on safety and performance. It is often considered an alternative to C++ because it prevents many common memory errors while still delivering excellent performance. However, it is still growing in terms of adoption, so I would place Rust in the C tier for now. Next is Ruby. Ruby became extremely popular because of the Ruby on Rails framework, which made web development very fast and productive. However, its popularity has decreased over time compared to other backend technologies. Because of that, I would place Ruby in the C tier. Next we have Lua. Lua is a lightweight scripting language that is often used in game development and embedded systems. It is simple and flexible, but the number of job opportunities is smaller compared to other languages. I would place Lua in the B tier. Next is PHP. PHP is one of the most influential languages in the history of the web. A huge percentage of websites and backend systems were built using PHP, including many content management systems like WordPress. Even today it remains widely used in web development. Because of that, PHP deserves a place in the S tier. Next we have Fortran. Fortran is one of the oldest programming languages still in use. It was historically very important in scientific computing and engineering simulations. However, it is not commonly used in modern mainstream development anymore, so I would place it in the C tier. Next is Python. Python is one of the most popular programming languages in the world today. It is widely used in data science, artificial intelligence, back-end development, automation, and education. Because of its versatility and massive popularity, Python clearly belongs in the S tier. Finally, we have TypeScript. TypeScript is essentially an extension of JavaScript that adds static typing and better tooling for large applications. It has become extremely popular in modern web development, especially with frameworks like React and Next.js. Because it improves JavaScript development at scale, I would place TypeScript in the S tier. And that is my tier list of programming languages. Of course, every developer has a different opinion about which languages are the best, and the ranking can change depending on the industry or type of project. So now I want to hear your opinion. Which programming language would you put in the S tier? Write your ranking in the comments, and let's discuss it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.